or sales revenue information? You must confirm first. So if it is a sales revenue information, so from that sales revenue you have to deduct the fixed cost, right? Yesterday I said fixed cost, then you will get the earnings before depreciation and tax, and from that you have to deduct the depreciation, from that earnings before tax, and from that you have to deduct the tax, therefore you will get profit after tax or earnings after tax. To this value if you add depreciation, you will get cash flows. This particular cash flows you can use for calculation of NPV, right? So here the tax case, simply they give you the percentage. If they mention percentage like a 50 percentage, right? So after deducting the depreciation, for example, let me take one uh, problem. Just I'll create a problem for your understanding, right? So earning before depreciation and tax are 1 lakh 1,20,000, 1,30,000, 1,50,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1,20,000. Project consists of 5 years with cost of capital 10 percentage, scrap value of the project is 2 lakh rupees, sorry, 20,000 rupees, 20,000 rupees. Tax rate is 50 percentage, comma, depreciation is on straight line method, project cost is 2 lakh rupees. No. Let us take 5 lakh rupees. 5 lakh rupees. Let us take 5 lakh 50 rupees. 5 lakh 50 rupees. Calculate NPV for the project, right? So here the depreciation, calculation of depreciation, actually in accounting, there are various methods available, nearly 9 methods available, but in general, most of the cases for our capital budgeting problems, we take only the straight line method, even though they are not mentioned that straight line method type in a problem. You must take the straight line method only. So the straight line method depreciation formula is initial cost minus scrap value by number of years life of the project. So here scrap value, how much we put? So let us take this 50,000, right, for simplicity of a problem, 50,000, right? So now let us calculate depreciation. Depreciation is equal cost of mission or project, cost of mission or project minus scrap by life of the project. So here our project cost is 5,50,000 minus this one, 5,50,000 minus the scrap value is 50,000, 50,000 by 5. So here 5 lakh by 5 is the value. That means 50,000. So 50,000. Wait a minute. 50,000 into 5. So here we cannot use this particular 5 lakh because here uh, total 5 lakh 5, yeah, so 1 lakh, sorry, so 1 lakh would be the depreciation we have to charge every year, right? So now after calculation of this particular depreciation, we have to convert the earnings before depreciation and tax into cash flows. So for that, what we have to do, simply you prepare a table, right? So here in a first column, earnings before depreciation and tax, that is the first column, right? This one is 1 lakh. One lakh. Okay. 1,20,000. 1,30,000. 1,50,000. Let us increase these values for our uh, understanding purpose, right? Instead of 1 lakh, let us make it 10 lakhs, sorry, 2 lakhs, That's fine, because after taking depreciation and the tax, so some value we have to realize. So that, let us take this one as 2 lakh, 2 lakh 20,000, 2 lakh 30,000, 2 lakh 50,000, and 2 lakh 20,000. So these are the values. Here if you want to write, you can write year also. Year, this is 1 and this is 2. Here first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. Now the next one, third column, what we have to deduct first? We have to deduct depreciation first. So depreciation, straight line method we already calculated. Every year 1 lakh rupees depreciation we are finding in this particular case. So depreciation every year same amount, 1 lakh, 1 lakh, right? Every year 1 lakh depreciation we are charging on this particular project. Therefore the fourth column would earnings before tax, right? So 2 lakh minus 1 lakh, so 1 lakh is the earnings before tax, and here 1 lakh 20,000, 1 lakh 30,000, 1 lakh 50,000, and 1 lakh 20,000. After deducting depreciation, your earning before tax values. Now what you have to do? You have to impose tax on this value. What percentage they are saying? 50% of tax they are imposing it. So 50% on 1 lakh means that is 50,000, right? This is the fifth column, right? 50,000. Next 60,000, 65,000, right? Next 75,000. Am I right? If I am wrong, please correct me. Next 60,000 means this amount of, in a first year 50% tax we are paying. So the remaining amount is our profit after tax, PAT, or earnings after tax, or profit after tax. So the sixth column you will get by deducting fifth column from the fourth column, you will get profit after tax. So obviously 50%, so that the same values you can write here, right? 60,000, 65,000, 75,000, 60,000, right? Half of the amount we paid in a form of tax, and remaining amount left for our business as a profit after tax. To this we have to add depreciation, right? Depreciation, right? Seventh column, right? So by adding depreciation you will get cash flows, cash inflows. So here sixth column plus, where is your depreciation? Third column, right? Sixth plus third column would be your cash flow, right? So the third column, the depreciation which we are adding to the profit after tax for confirming our cash flows, right? 1,50,000, 1,60,000, 1,65,000, 1,75,000, and 1,60,000. So this is our cash flow, right? So to this cash flow, what we have to do? We have to discount this. So for that, let us make one more table for NPV calculation. So in this particular case, let me give one more twist, right? So here, project have net working capital of 1 lakh and need to invest 3 lakh in third year. Third year means, so the net working capital is 1 lakh and the project outflow one more time you need to invest in the year, in a third year, right? In a third year you have to invest some additional amount. So there are two outflows are there for your project. So in such a case, how to solve this, let us see, right? So after calculation of after calculation of cash flows, now coming to the NPV table, right? So here this table, this table is the first table, this table is the first table which we prepared to calculate cash flows of the project, right? Right? Now the second table is about NPV. NPV of the project. So here the first one is year. First column is year. First column is year. Second column is cash flows. Third column is PV at 10%. Fourth column is 2 into 3, that is present value cash flow, right? So here let us add those numbers. In a first year, that is a 0 year, your outflow is minus 5,50,000 thousand. Inflow first year 1,50,000. Second year 1,60,000. Third year 1,65,000. See here, in a third year we have to invest 3 more lakhs extra. So that 3 lakhs also you have to consider here with a minus 3 lakh rupees, which means the total amount which we invested on this project is 8 lakh 50. At the beginning 5 lakh 50,000, and after 3 years we are investing 3 more lakhs, right? Next, fourth year inflow 1,75,000, 1,75,000. And fifth year 1,60,000. Again, in a fifth year you see salvage value and net working capital, right? Salvage value and net working capital both should be considered. So the net working capital is how much they mentioned, 1 lakh, and salvage value is 1,50,000, right? So here 1,50,000, right? These two, salvage value and net working capital, are there in our project, so that we are considering those. So those occur in a fifth year, right? Already I said the formula for this, right? Summation T1 to N, right? So here cash flow at T by 1 plus K power T, if any scrap value or working capital is there, right? That also consider K power N minus, this is the inflow of the project, right? If there is no uh, multiple investments in a project, only one investment, that too initial time in the beginning of the project is there, then we simply write cash outflow. But in our project there are multiple investments. In a third year also they invested some amount, so because of that reason we must convert the third year flow into the present year. So again, that outflow also we have to cash outflow at T by 1 plus K power T. So this formula applies on this model, right? Here for first year the beginning is 0 year, the present value is 1, and at 10 percentage first year value, what is the first year value? Can anyone see and tell me? First year value, are you there? Can anyone tell me present value? Present value of the cash flows at the 10th year. మీరు చెప్తారా, నేను చూసుకోమంటా? అదైనా చెప్పండి. ఓకే, నేనే ఇంటర్నెట్లో చూసుకుంటలే. మీకంతా ఓపిక లేనప్పుడు నేనేం చేస్తా? చదువుకుని పాస్ అవ్వాల్సింది నేనే కదా, కాబట్టి నేనే చూసుకుంటా. ఇంటర్నెట్లో present value of 1 rupee table, present value of 1 rupee table. So 10 percentage values are 0.909, 0.909, 0.826, 0.826 for third year, 0.751, 0.751, 0.751. Here outflow also you must convert into present value. For that, again, because this also happened in a third year, so this amount we have to convert into present value 751. Then coming to the fourth year, in a fourth year, 0.683, 0.683, 0.683, and fifth year, in a fifth year, where is it? 620. Fifth year, 0.620, 0.620. Here it is also fifth year, so that 0.620. Right? Now you will get the actual present values of cash inflows and cash outflows. Right? So minus 5,50,000. Next, multiply with these values. Can anyone help me? 0.909 into 1,50,000, that is 1,36,350. Next, 1,60,000 into 0.826, that is 1,32,160. Next, 1,65,000 into 0.751, that is 1,23,915, 1,23,915. Again, this 3 lakh outflow also we have to convert into present value. For that, 0.751. So it has become, you don't forget to put minus because it's outflow, right? 2,25,300 is the outflow, right? Next, 1,75,000 into 0.683, 0.683, that is 1,19,525. Next, 1,60,000 into 0.620, that is 99,200. Next, 1,50,000 into 0.620, that is 93,000. Right? If you total it, you will get the NPV. Right? Here you will get the net present value of the project. Let us do it. 93,000 plus 99,200 plus 1,19,525 minus 2,25,300 plus 1,23,915 plus 1,32,160 plus 1,36,350 minus 5,50,000. So the NPV is minus 71,150. So here you got negative NPV, which means if you invest in this particular project, you will incur in losses, right? So your project final value is negative, and that is almost 71,000 losses you have to face in this project if you want to start the project, right? So therefore we suggest the project has to be rejected, right? Hope you understand. So some rare situations they give like this, right? So outflows, multiple outflows, and multiple inflows they give along with the working capital as well as scrap value. So this is the model we can expect in a NPV, right? So anyone have any doubt regarding this? Just you go through the given explanation, and if you have a query to ask, you can ask now. I'll give a 2 minutes time. Meanwhile, you just go through the given problem and the solution. If you don't have any doubt, write no doubts in a chat box. Therefore, I can go for the next model. Write in a chat box. I'll observe chat box. What you are writing, how many of you are writing. If you have doubt, you can ask directly. If you don't have doubt or any queries to ask, you write no doubts in a chat box. Therefore, I'll come to know how many of you are attentive in a class. Okay, roll number 47, 34, 601, 637, 649, 608, 616, 601, 608, 640, 620. Don't repeat it, right? 461, sorry, 641, 604, 20 series, 603, uh, Atula, Archana, Archana, no doubts, right? 610, 609, 617. Almost 40 members are there in a group. Uh, 20 series, 609, 634. Okay, right. So it is confirmed till this model. You are very clear. You got good idea about this particular models. Payback period, accounting rate of return, NPV model finished. Now coming to the IRR model, internal rate of return model. Now coming to the internal rate of return model. Internal rate of return model. This is the last model in our fourth unit, right? This is also formula based model. Okay, so the formula is internal rate of return is equal to rate at lower limit, present value of cash flows at lower limit, minus present value cash outflow by delta present value into delta R, right? So this is the formula generally uh, we use to calculate this particular present value, sorry, internal rate of return. So here for an internal rate of return, first of all we have to calculate the factor value. So after calculating the factor value only, you can go for the internal rate of return calculation. So the factor value simply you can calculate by using the total outflow by number of years. So here you just go through the example, right? Let me give you one example for this. Let me write the example. Determine IRR from the following projects. P and Q, each requiring rupees 1,50,000, 1,50,000 as initial investment, and the values are here project P, project Q. As usual, I only explain one project, and 5,200, 1,200 every year, same amount. Yeah, 7,000, 4,000, 3,500, 5,000, 500, and 3,000. Right? So here in this case, how to calculate internal rate of return? So first we have to calculate the factor for this particular model. After that, we have to go for the calculations. So here for calculation of factor, wait a minute. Okay, sorry for the delay. Right, the factor value. So the average of the cash inflows by the year you have to consider. right? In this particular case, right? In a P case, what value you will get? Let me check. ఏమైంది దీనికి? ఒకటే కదులుతా ఉంది. ఏదో చిన్న టెక్నికల్ ప్రాబ్లం అనుకుంటా. ఒక నిమిషం, ఏదో ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది. సిస్టమ్ ఏదో కొంచెం అట్లా. టైం అయిపోతుందా? టైం అయిపోయిందిగా. ఏమైంది తల్లి? ఇది అవ్వేటట్లేదు కానీ ఓకే. సో నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో మనం కంటిన్యూ చేద్దాంలే. ఏదో పైన కిందకి మౌస్ చేతిలోకి రావట్లేదు. క్లోజ్ చేస్తాం. రైట్. సో మన ఐఆర్ఆర్ మోడల్ మనము నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో చెప్పుకుందాంలే. చిన్న ప్రాబ్లమే, అంతేం ఫార్ములాలో చూసినంత కన్ఫ్యూషన్ అంత కాంప్లెక్సిటీ ఏముండదు. బట్ ఫర్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ ఐఆర్ఆర్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు కన్సిడర్ annuity table also, right? By considering annuity table, we have to find out the upper value and lower value. Then this upper value and lower values we have to consider for the formula, right? So that model we do in next class, right? So Vamshi is there. Is Vamshi available? Hello, is my voice audible to you? వినిపిస్తుందా?
ఎస్ సార్.
వంశీ వచ్చారా? అటెండెన్స్ ఎవరు ఇస్తారు నాకు? వంశీ రానట్లయితే గ్రూప్లో అటెండెన్స్ ఎవరు పోస్ట్ చేస్తారు? ఇఫ్ వంశీ నాట్ అవైలబుల్, త్వరగా చెప్పండి, క్లాస్ క్లోజ్ చేస్తాం. ఎవరు ఇనిషియేషన్ తీసుకుంటారు? లేదంటే నేనే అటెండెన్స్ తీసుకోవాలా? ఎవరైనా ఇనిషియేషన్ తీసుకుంటారా, నన్నే అటెండెన్స్ తీసుకోమంటారా? ఏదో ఒకటి చెప్పండి. అదన్నా ఆబ్సెంటీస్ లిస్ట్ సబ్మిట్ చేయడానికి మీలో ఎవరైనా ఇనిషియేషన్ తీసుకుంటారా, లేదా నన్ను అటెండెన్స్ తీసుకోమంటారా? త్వరగా చెప్తారా?
I'll take, sir.
Okay, Chari, thank you. So just please send absentees list only. Okay, na? Right. Thank you. In the next week, we will meet again for the remaining topic. Okay. Take care. Bye bye.
సిద్ధార్థ్ లీవ్ అవ్వచ్చా?
You can leave.